bit of lightheartedness in tonight. Here comes Karen. Game on.
Game on. Oh boy.
Hi.
Hi. What's going on?
Just been working a lot.
Working.
Yeah.
That keeps you out of trouble.
I'm back to like full-time working.
I'm working stiff. All right. I'm gonna try to get these other platforms going here. Oh, I think one is going. All right. I just got one left. I brought the whole bottle of wine today. I thought we needed it.
I'm having to not drink wine right now because I'm supposed to drive over to my daughter's after this for a glass of wine. So I figured I probably should drink and drive.
Well, maybe drink like half a glass here, half a glass there.
Oh, I could do that. Maybe Mark will pour me some real wine.
Yeah. What do you pour you? Some Manischewitz grape juice?
I got sparkling water. Go to the gym, learn about wine, and cook. Oh, that sounds like fun, Brady. Have you ever taken cooking class?
Me?
Somewhere? Yeah.
We don't want me to cook.
No.
I can burn oatmeal. I mean, it's crazy.
Burn oatmeal, huh?
I've definitely had my like veggie burgers that turn into hockey pucks. No, you don't want me cooking. Actually, I just put out a TikTok video about the importance of finding a guy who cooks. Hey.
So there's Pablito.
Pablito, ¿cómo estás? I'm trying to get TikTok going here. I'll do it eventually. I first find it. TikToking away.
I don't hear Buddy. Did you put a muzzle on him?
No, I gave him a bone and I got him on a leash. So he just dropped his bone, which is a problem. Okay, there we go.
So here we have a 19-year-old who's hooked up with a 60-year-old lady.
Whoa, how'd that go?
Yeah, how is that going?
That was another thing I suggested. I think it's time for people to go after cougars who are over childbearing years.
Right.
That should solve a lot of problems. Just go after cougars.
Either that or go get a vasectomy, man.
She's big on promoting vasectomies.
I am. It's like, well,
they are reversible.
Why is it that women have always having to take the heat for this?
Well, I just saw a comedian talk about that, and she's like, "Do you really want to rely on your man to take birth control 365 days a year when they are like completely like childish sometimes?" I mean, at least the ones that she was talking about.
All right, I've got to remove this guy.
All right, you can remove.
Bye-bye, Daniel. You're an ass.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
Bye-bye. Okay. Done.
Right.
Gone.
Daniel, sayonara.
Yeah, if you're just posting really stupid things on our thing, I'm just going to block you. And
she's in no mood. Oh, there's a lot of people chiming in on YouTube. I didn't even see this was going on.
Uh-oh.
Sorry about that. Oh my God. What is happening here? What is happening? This is like the camera's flipped on some golf clubs. Oh, okay. There we go. All right. Add a topic. What's the topic going to be? Talking about Nancy. What do you got a topic?
Oh, I think we can talk about maybe some solutions.
Okay, we're talking about solutions is what I'm
I think you came up with the first one of young men need to go with women that are not going to get pregnant.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Solutions. Okay, done. Going live.
Okay.
Talking about solutions should give everybody an indication what we're talking about. Is that Dr. Nancy I hear? Said Dr. Exarles. Okay, we can't see Dr. Nancy. Brendan, you never can see Dr. Nancy unless she's with me.
Unless you go to our Instagram.
Yeah, you go to Instagram or go to some of our past YouTube videos where she was in live over here. Lost a connection. Okay. Oh no. Trumperman just joined. Someone on my TikTok, this is unbelievable. Someone on my TikTok said some nasty comment to me, and I decided to look up on his. It was something like, I was back in college in 1838 or something like that. And I looked at his profile, and his picture was half Trump and half Putin.
Oh man,
That was kind of scary.
that's like
There's a double whammy.
Oh, thank you, Brady, for the badge.
Appreciate
the badge.
T.G. Brendan and Dr. X. Charles, and let's see who else is here. Machiavelli. So enchanting to hear you, ladies. Richard Vaughn and Mrs. L5. Hello. I look all summery. My bra strap is showing. I couldn't really go without a bra with this because it's extremely revealing. And thank you, Kevin. So anyway,
I just had to block another one.
you're just in the blocking mood right now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. If you're nasty, I'm gonna block you. Sorry.
Yeah, we are in no mood for nastiness.
I got no tolerance for nasty boys that are just rude. No rudeness.
Well,
none. No time.
Cheers, everyone. Oh, I see you're drinking white. Is that the fake?
It's my sparkle water. But I like drinking it out of a wine glass. It makes me feel festive.
Yes, exactly.
Happy Cinco de Mayo. There we go.
Oh, is it Cinco de Mayo today? Oh,
it is.
Damn. Why am I not going out in the streets and partying?
I don't know. Why are not you?
Oh, TG
I
thinks
haven't been drinking.
I drank yesterday. I was at a very funny stand-up comedy. What did they call it? I guess it was a birthday party for my younger son's girlfriend, and she picked a good place because it was like outside. There was like 6 different comedians that came up one after the other, and they were all very, very funny.
Fun.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sherry Ann. How are you, Sherry Ann? Nice to see you here. My hair's getting long, huh? It's almost longer than yours.
I think you're right. Your hair grows like a weed.
It does. I put weed and feed on it, and then it goes like a chia pet.
Like a chia pet. Remember those?
A chia pet.
Are you trans? What? No, I'm not trans. Why would you ask that question?
Anyway? Ask back. Maybe that's because
are you trans?
Are you?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin. If you're joining us, we're doing a wild woman with wine, and the reason you can't see Nancy is because she's on Instagram right now. So if you want to check us out on Instagram, Karen, I know what Long Island, USA, 1717 says. What is your favorite cartoon as a kid? My immediate knee-jerk reaction is Scooby Doo. I used to love
like the Jetsons.
I don't know. Scooby Doo is so cute. Oh, you know what? I loved HR Puffin Stuff. Do you remember that? HR Puffin Stuff. You can't get a little. That's a nice. At least Long Island, USA, 1717. What is your favorite childhood cartoon? Hi from New York City. Hello to everyone. Detroit checking in. I really like.
Sherry Ann says something about it's all that blood circulation you get. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, every time you have an orgasm, it's like a youth flush to your skin.
Yeah, and no, now the guys are gonna think, oh, it's because of their super powerful love juice.
Why do you guys think that their orgasm has anything to do with ours?
Because they do.
Yeah.
Oh, TG said Teddy Ruxpin. Do you remember that Teddy? And Richard says Flintstones and the Jetsons. I
love the Jetsons.
And this is also nasty can be a good thing sometimes. Nasty can be a good thing a lot of times.
If it's consensual and it's in a timely place and space, somebody you know, not some creep on the internet.
Okay, I can tell someone's a little riled up today.
Yeah.
Yes, Don that is telling our age. No, I'm not single. Don't mess with her. Mine is Bugs Bunny. I'm from Bridgehampton. Bridgehampton, is that in the Hamptons? I guess because he says Long Island. Strong Island. My boyfriend is from there too.
The Roadrunner.
Oh yeah. What about Pee Pee Le Pew?
Yeah.
Oh, how can we forget the most famous of all? Charlie Brown. The Peanuts characters.
Yeah.
I love the Peanuts.
That always seemed really slow to me.
Well,
It's like,
I happen to enjoy that. I like Lucy. Okay, what can I tell you? She was a little sassy little broad.
Yeah,
Thank
Lucy
you for
was cool.
following me. All right, so Tom and Jerry, we got going here. Would you date someone younger than yourself?
Gosh, what a shocking question.
Shock for me? Oh, I could never.
No.
I'm being very sarcastic, mainly due to the fact that I have been with someone who's significantly younger than me for 14 years. So I guess the answer is yes. Would you? Let's see. This is all 100% agree with you, Dr. Nancy.
What did I say?
I don't know.
Tell me what I said.
Even Bugs Bunny was good too. What? No one mentioned even Mickey Mouse.
No, that one never did anything for me.
What about Beanie and Cecil?
I like Flintstones, Jetsons. I like things that either were like out of the time that we were living in, you know. So it was always kind of interesting that way. Maybe
Right.
I've been an anthropologist my whole life.
I would think you would be studying that kind of thing.
Yeah.
If you have any questions that you want an answer here on go away. I didn't mean that. This is what happens when I drink wine without eating much during the day. I become a little incoherent. No, stay here, but ask the questions that you need answered. I got Dr. Nancy here on Instagram. You can hear her, but you can't see her. The answers to all questions tonight will be, would you? That's right. We're playing Jeopardy.
Would you?
Mrs. L likes Franklin and the Turtle. I think that must be an English one. Why does this guy always say cat piss and wine time? What is the cat piss part? Oh, I was watching TikTok for a change, and one of my fellow podcasters, Shameless Sex, had on someone who was on OnlyFans, and they were asking her what her weirdest request was, and it was to have someone have her shit in a box and send it to him. And I remembered that it must be the same guy. They wanted me to go into that hotel and shit in the toilet, and he wanted to eat and drink it. Ew. Sorry, I don't want to yuck anybody's yum, but that's disgusting. Okay, I really don't want to put any judgments out there. I hope I don't get canceled for saying this, but that's disgusting.
I know. I mean, I try so hard not to judge, but people gotta have a line somewhere.
There's a line that
I guess I would just say, well, that is certainly not my cup of Joe.
Last night was interesting because one of the comedians asked the audience what their kinks were. It was interesting.
No.
They were very vanilla. I mean, I'm much kinkier than these people apparently, and I'm not. I think of myself as very plain Jane.
So what did they think their kink was?
Oh my God, it was like food in the bed, or what was another one? It was like cuddling. I mean, there were no extreme kinks. Blindfolded was one. I think they were just coming up with stuff. I was going to say shitting in a toilet and having someone eat it, but I kept my mouth shut. Damn, you still. All right, Jacob. I know this was meant as a compliment, but here comes the but.
So,
damn you.
Go ahead.
I was just going to read Jacob's comment and tell him that I know he meant this as a compliment, but it certainly is not a compliment when you say, damn, you could still get it for an older lady. I mean, what does that mean for an older lady? I mean, I understand that I am older than probably, most of the people on earth, but that doesn't mean that I'm definitely older than Jacob. That's for sure.
Yeah, why does it have to say that?
Well, Jacob, let me ask you something. What does that exactly mean for an older lady? For any lady, I would think I could still get it. Whatever get it means. I guess get it means someone like you. Jacob he says he's going to be 28. I'll be your sugar summer fling. He's very up.
That's special.
That's special. Thank you. See you. See you. Asks, is my body count under 500?
So, Bray,
It's either talking about Roe versus Wade or getting comments like, "Is my body?" No, Dr. Nancy is fired. Do you have any advice on how to get a sugar mama? Thanks, says Nathan. No, I don't have advice on that because nobody wants to be a sugar mama.
No,
especially
get a job.
Yeah,
Get a job.
I don't even know. Like, I never wanted to be someone's sugar baby. I don't get why someone. I mean, would I like a guy that had money that could wine and dine me? Yes, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't go out with someone who was dirt poor as long as I was attracted to them.
Yeah.
So
Brady just put out a warning. Guys in the chat, Dr. Nancy is in a mood. No inappropriate comments or she will wreck you like those bodyguards for Dave Chappelle.
That was unbelievable. I didn't even see it. Did you see what happened?
I haven't seen it.
I heard about it, though. I definitely heard about it. Anyway.
I also haven't watched that Madison Cawthorn video. Have you?
No. I've been watching CNN nonstop, of course, and also watching the trial that's going on with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Oh my God! It's like it is nuts.
Is it?
I don't know what's going on over there with those two.
So who's the worst of the two?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Right now, she's testifying, and I'm siding with her. But the other day, he was testifying, and I was siding with him. And the whole time, I'm thinking, this is all we have to think about. We're in the middle of the biggest crisis that the world has, that our country has had in pretty much
our lifetime.
My lifetime, and they're worried about Amber Heard. But I guess it is a good diversion. Do cougars like their feet and toes licked and sucked?
I don't know. Do cougars? Why does that person think we speak for all cougars?
We do speak for all cougars.
Oh.
In speaking for all cougars, I would say that there is a good likelihood that licked and sucked under the right circumstances could be good for your toes.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of having, I love my feet rubbed hard. I like them really knuckled, you know. I like deep massage.
Like reflexology.
I don't feel good about putting my foot in somebody's mouth. I mean, I put it in my own mouth. I'll put it out.
And you put your foot in your mouth, all right. I mean,
it tastes very good. Thanks.
Prince of Darkness, you like to lick and toes and feet. I told you about my friend, and I'm telling you, this girl literally had an orgasm when some guy in a club was licking her feet, her toes.
I mean, I can. I'm not really having an orgasm, but it feels very orgasmic to have my feet massaged.
Okay, so I would say the answer is Dr. Nancy, no. KarenLee, yes. That's the answer to those questions.
Yeah.
About toes.
Okay. So 50-50.
Why don't you get back to Patreon members? What a waste. What does that mean? Oh, why don't I? That's my fault. Sorry, Joe. Did I not get back to you? And if it was a waste, let me make it up to you. I you know what? I try, and I don't get a lot of response. Maybe there's something wrong with the app because I put out questions a lot, and I don't get any response back. So I'm guessing that there's some little glitch there or something. But I apologize, Joe, if I didn't get back to you, and I will try to do that in the future. I've been reprimanded. Sorry.
So Sherry Ann agrees with hands, having your hands massaged. Do you like having your hands massaged?
I like any part of my body massaged. There's no part of my body that I don't like massaged. Maybe even I was going to say my armpit, but no, I can't get into that. I just don't like very rough massages.
I like it to make me. I like it to make me kind of have to breathe. You know.
I knew we weren't going to be on the same. You're like a deep.
I like it. I like a mix. You know, I don't want it to be so rough that the whole time I'm just like, you know, that's too much. I like some real deep and then soft and kind of, you know, give you a chance to cool down a little and then get into those knots. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I had the roughest massage I ever had. I would think it was in Florida. Ava and I were there, and I had this woman who was a massage therapist for the the football teams in Florida.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, she was like this
Adult
muscular woman.
I just got suspended on access suspended to live
For what?
for talking adult nudity and sexual activities. Somebody
reported you.
Yeah.
What did we do? We haven't even gotten there yet.
I don't know.
Probably
we didn't.
Probably the conversation about
was massaging.
Poop.
No, it's an adult nudity and sexual activities. You know, if people don't agree, they just go like they want to report, and it's just bullshit.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't give a shit. So we won't do live TikToks.
So Sherry Ann, is it me responding on Patreon? Yes. Nobody else has access to that account. Just me. Me and me alone.
And apparently not me.
Apparently not you.
All right, Cougars versus MILF, which is better and why? Well, we both are on the same page, and we've talked about this a lot. We think of Cougars as confident, older, unique, genuine, assertive, and racy women, but we think of MILFs as mothers that like to fuck, which is just a reciprocal of you know.
It's an aggressive, rapey term, so stop using it.
Yeah, we don't like that. It doesn't make us feel good. So MILF just makes you feel like you're out of something about American Pie. I knew it was. So, Nathan gave us a compliment from Nathan.
What did Nathan say?
Thank you for your content and advice with little prayer sign.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate that, Nathan.
Yeah. So we do like to share our wisdom and experience and expertise.
Yes.
So who does? So if you guys have questions, this is Wild Women with Wine, but Karen and I are also educators, and we do like to be helpful. So if there's a burning question you have or a question about burning, let us know.
Well, Bob Droll, who used to be A-list incognito, said, "Got MILF?" He is funny. Teddy Bear, your content is amazing, and I have been watching your videos, and you are great. Thank you, Teddy Bear. That's very sweet. We will take that, because when we get in trouble.
Your content is amazing, Karen. I love what you do. You do so many great things.
That is very kind, and so do you.
It's true.
Well, thank you.
I just tell you the truth.
I appreciate it.
If y'all haven't watched Karen's and her son Cameron's Sex Talk with My Mom podcast, please treat yourself to. It's informative, but it's also entertaining. It's always filled with surprises.
It is. It is very filled with surprises, because we never know what's going to happen until we really don't know where it's going until it goes. We have a framework. Every time we now have our podcast is on YouTube, so if you want to watch it, you can see it there. We have clips that are from it on TikTok, but we never know when we set up our episodes where it's going to go. We'll put in like a couple of things. We have certain segments that we always have, which is like Mom's News, where I come up with crazy news stories about sex, sex. And then we have Cam's Uppers, where Cam talks about something that I usually find boring. It's a joke. It's part of his little Buddhist journey. And then we have hit on or shit on, when we decide, some of these comments, which you can gather are very similar to what we've had tonight. Hit on or shit on is a segment that we do. We evaluate whether or not it's a hit on or a shit on. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a shit on. So yeah, that's what the podcast is about.
So give me an example of the hit on or shit on. What do you guys talk about?
Like some of the stuff that we just like that first comment that we had on TikTok about I could still get it for an older lady. That we would debate whether that's a hit on or a shit on.
Right.
I suppose. What would you say?
I think that's a shit on. Yeah.
but it could be considered a hit on by the person who
It was probably meant that
was
way.
meant as a hit on, but it came out as
Yeah.
a shit on. Oh, Richard said his favorite ad is Uber Lube. We have so much fun with Uber Lube. It is our favorite lube. And it is just funny. It's funny to talk about Uber Lube.
So this is funny. So Brian says, I'm sitting out back with Debbie. I just called my puppy Cougar because I'm watching you ladies and I couldn't remember her name.
Brian is awesome. He's a very good friend of mine.
That's awesome.
And he's actually quoted in my book. He's been with his same woman who's older for a long time, and he's a good guy. Very good guy.
Awesome. Nice to meet you, Brian.
Otono says, hi, KarenLee Potter from Morelos, Mexico. Woohoo! Hola! Hola, Otono. My Spanish sucks so badly. So anyway.
We have somebody from Romania on here.
Shafach, whoever's on from Romania. I know because I used to be really good friends with a Romanian guy, and shout out to Castel. And he taught me some of the words from Romania.
Yeah. Well, very good.
I learned alcoholic is batif.
The important things,
yes.
Right?
It's like the languages that we know. Yeah. So anyway, back to what we were talking about. Anything you guys want to ask us, we're ready to answer right now. We do this once a week, and Dr. Nancy and I have been good friends and have been friends. We met literally on a fluke thing. It was a weird coincidence that we both got involved with the same wrong person, but it turned out to be a blessing. That's kind of like what Cam's Uppers was about, like how the Dalai Lama says that sometimes whatever you want becomes whatever you don't get becomes a blessing. So
I think that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got some stuff going on right now that I may not be able to go and do something. Flights right now are so off the charts.
You're talking
I'm
about
I'm not spending that.
No, I know they're crazy. It is literally crazy. I had to go to Seattle from where I'm at now, and it was almost $500 to fly to Seattle. So
for Mark and I to go to Jamaica, it was $3,700. I'm not paying that.
That's regular class, or is that first class?
Oh
my
God!
God!
Like in the cattle car. Yeah. No, it's horrific right now.
That's nuts.
So I don't know that I'm gonna be able to go.
Something's got to happen. Well,
I told my team, I guess you're doing it without me.
Oh yeah, or maybe they need to send you a ticket. Richard suggests you take a train. Richard told me to take the train up to Seattle. It might be cheaper. Yeah, but it's also I'll probably miss the whole weekend then by the time I get there. Do cougars prefer wine or over liquor or beer? Thanks. Again, you want to weigh in on that?
I think it depends on the woman. I mean, it's like that's like asking, do all women like something? I mean, it's like we don't know. We can't speak for all women.
For me, I like wine. But I also
depends on what I'm in the mood for.
I've been known to partake in some tequila.
Yes, I like a little tequila.
A little tequila, 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor.
Yes. Or pool or ocean. I have a habit of every time I'm drinking tequila in the Caribbean, I end up doing a headstand out in the middle of the little bay there on a paddleboard in the 3 a.m.
It's dangerous. I have been known to take off.
It feels so dangerous.
I've been known to take off items of clothing in bars. That's what I mean by dangerous. My rule of thumb with tequila is if you're drinking tequila, everybody in the room that's with you has to drink tequila. Otherwise, that one person who doesn't drink will remember how obnoxious all the rest of the people were. So that's why everybody must drink tequila.
Can you read Brian's note? It's really sweet. It says, Karen, I don't have a question, but I want to share that I've been happily married to my cougar for almost 18 years now. I'm 48. She's 65. We love each other more than when we were first together. Brian, that's just awesome.
He is the sweetest.
Yeah, I love that. That's like a great love story.
It is a good love story.
That's what we want. We want more love stories.
Yes. Richard?
Okay, so Sherry Ann's going to make an incognito account so she can ask lots of questions. All right, Sherry Ann, I'll watch for your incognito account.
Okay. Richard saying some cougars like hard liquor. Some cougars love hard liquor. Some cougars don't even drink. Some cougars like weed. Some cougars like mushrooms.
Hey, we need to write a cougar book that's kind of goes like Dr. Seuss.
Hop on pop.
Cougars.
Would you like it? Would you like it when in a box with a fox?
KarenLee will be married next. No, I don't think so.
No. Been there.
There comes a time in life, I think, well, at least for many women I know, that the idea of marriage again is like, no, I don't need to do that again.
No,
marriage is going out of style.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like yesterday in the audience, I was like, there must have been 200 people. She asked how many people in the audience were married, and nobody was married except for like I think just the couple that was performing was married.
Wow.
But someone was engaged, but nobody was married.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It's way overrated.
So Mrs. L says she almost never drinks alcohol, but when she does, vodka is my go-to drink. I mean, the problem with when you get to be our age and you realize that if you drink the next day, you're going to feel like shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, eventually everybody realizes that. So that's my problem. Michael, what does that mean with the Red Cross and drink? I think something. I don't know what these little.
So Megan says, "Yeah, I don't need the legally tied to another human being." No, I think that it's complicated, and we're living so much longer now. The idea of getting married when you're 19 or 20 and still being with that person 70 years later, 50% or more people end up not being married to that person anymore. So it's not a guarantee. I think people that actually just are with each other because they want to be with each other are the ones that do great, not because they have to be with each other.
Yep, that's me and my boyfriend, day by day. Andrew said I was DOA on my 21st birthday. Oh, that's not good.
So do you remember any of it?
See, that's no fun.
No.
I used to have a rule, I think right after I graduated college, I would not drink after 10 o'clock because nothing good's going to happen then. It's just not going to happen.
I don't know about that.
Well, you can drink before 10 o'clock. But I mean, alcohol-wise, you're not going to get any drunker and you're going to probably get sick. So there's no point in drinking after 10.
I just physically can't drink that much because my body just goes, no more. I get a ripping headache or
that's what I mean.
I get nauseated.
So
it's like, that's no fun.
Cheers.
I like to have a little buzz, and even if it's sparkling water.
Even if it is sparkling, oh my God.
What?
I did a TikTok video about fupa, and it was very funny.
I did see that.
You could tell when I have too much time on my hands when I start going through the TikTok videos.
You're so creative.
Me and Buddy.
So Brady also says he thinks that monogamy is going out of style. Would you agree with that?
No.
No.
I think people just are sheep and they just go along with whatever they're supposed to be doing, and I don't think that it's going out of style. I think there are more open-minded people there and into alternative lifestyles than there ever were before, maybe, or maybe they're more outspoken about it. But I don't think that you're ever going to find a time that monogamy is going to go quote unquote out of style anymore. This because look at our world.
Look at our what?
Look at our world. Look at the United States right now. I mean, not to get political again, but if you think about it, I mean, do you think monogamy is going to go out of style if we can't even get people to right over their own bodies?
But I think it is going out of style because I think the younger generation, in my experience, are much less likely to commit. Polyamory has become way more socially accepted, and having multiple relationships within a relationship, primary relationship.
But
lifestyle is incredibly huge.
I agree. But I think we're not talking about California. We're talking about throughout the Midwest where they're still, I mean, that's where I'm from.
It's all underground there.
Yes.
It's like India. India has a huge swinging population.
But meanwhile, they can't even go out with older women.
Right, but it's all underground. So any place that can have some kind of secrecy. I think non-monogamy and non-monogamy agreements is becoming more of a thing because I think especially for people that are making kids together, they want to stay together. They want to continue together, but they also realize that they don't want to live a whole life with just one sex partner. So they give a little leeway on that, but still are committed to the relationship and the family.
It's weird because in that respect, it sounds like our country is progressing. But then when you think about what really happens, they're not progressing. That's
the people in charge are not progressing.
But those people in charge are voted in by the people that are not in charge.
But are they? Because a lot of these people are getting voted in because of the gerrymandering and the electoral college, which is not the popular vote.
We're talking. We'll see what happens in the primary.
Yeah.
People are still going with whoever Mr. Trump says.
Yeah. Please, I hope people can pull their heads out of their asses and see the big picture and see what's going to happen to their own personal human rights if we continue down this path. It's not going to be pretty.
Spirits of Another Day said there are a lot of younger people in monogamous relationships, marriage, and all that. Yeah, that's what I believe that Spirits of Another Day. I still believe, and I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying I still believe that most couples go into the idea of monogamy, and there are definitely more people than ever trying new stuff. But I certainly don't think it's the norm, and I kind of wish it was. I wish we were like the bonobos.
I think most young couples go into it because especially if they come from a church background, they're still taught that that's the default. Right. But I think what I see is couples married 10 or 20 years
changing
the rule. Is it really the default? Are there other options? Because I love my partner. Mm-hmm. We have a great family. We have a great relationship, but we're a little bored. We'd like to
spice it up,
naughty it up a little. And so they are seeking a little extra excitement.
Right.
So I have a question here. So somebody's asked, am I talking about polygamy? No, I'm talking about polyamory. Polygamy is marrying more people, whereas polyamory is loving many people. So it's a little different.
Or having sex with many people versus.
Well, now polyamory isn't about that.
No, I'm talking about multi-amory. I'm talking about the swinging lifestyle, I guess.
Swinging lifestyle is about multiple sex partners. But so Megan says poly lifestyles are so common up here. She's in Portland.
Oh, so, I know. We got big fans.
Polycule, it is.
Big fans out there of my podcast in Oregon.
Yeah.
Here's Michael saying, I mean, sharing love stories with a cup of wine is so wonderful. That's what he meant. Andrew says I was in the Air Force, deployed to Turkey, and they don't remember much. And this is going back to drinking alcohol. So, well, Andrew, what was the situation? It's in Turkey when you were deployed there. I would like to know where what was it a monogamous? I mean, every time I get into an Uber these days, I ask them like if it's someone from a different country. I'm like, what's the situation on arranged marriages? And there's still arranged marriages out there. You can buy a wife for a certain amount of cattle in the Sudan. And you can get a wife depending on how much gold you have. And that was
So
in
we're
the
still
Middle
being
East.
sold.
That was in the Middle East.
So guess what? I think they're bringing that crap here.
Wait,
So
Bob Droll
says it's difficult to see my wife with another man.
That's
and
Bob
everybody
Droll.
likes that.
Wait, who said this?
Whatever.
Can you repeat it?
He just said it's difficult to see my wife with another man, and I said a lot of people have a hard time with that.
Yeah. Bob Droll says, I'm a big believer in marriage and monogamy, as I'd hate to think of any of the wives I'm sleeping with or seeing anyone else.
Right?
He's always got a good.
They're all monogamous with me.
Yeah, like the guy that I found at a bar, and he was with another woman, and I knew he was married, and I said, "Oh, who's this?" And he's like, "This is so and so," and he goes, "What do you say?" I said, "I thought you were married." He goes, "Well, my wife thinks we are."
Yeah, well, and I've met a lot of people who were in an open relationship, but just one of them knew it.
Yes, exactly. Mrs. Elves said, not all people are made to be monogamous, and not all people are made to be non-monogamous. So I think there will always exist both, and that's okay as long as monogamy isn't toxic and non-monogamy is ethical.
There you go.
Mrs. Elves, that was actually very profound. Perfectly stated, and we agree with you.
Yeah.
And that's what I will drink to.
I think if we just become more accepting that not everybody is going to design their relationships like ours is designed, and it should be that way, right? It's like every relationship should have its own design.
Well, that's exactly it, because I mean, all right, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you and your spouse decide to do some exhibitionism. Okay, that's an agreement between you and your spouse.
Right.
Is that considered monogamy? Yeah, it's still considered monogamy. Is monogamy if you were having sex in the same room as another couple having sex?
The couple gets to define what monogamy means.
Does monogamy mean you could kiss another guy or another girl?
Yeah,
and still,
I counsel people all the time about their definition of consensual monogamy and consensual non-monogamy.
I mean, some people would say flirting is breaking your monogamous.
Right. I mean, I've known people. I've talked to people that have said fantasizing was a break in the monogamy deal, and I'm thinking, how do you control your partner's fantasy?
You control the person's mind.
Wow.
Well, it's causing that person to retreat into their own secretive world. When you can't share.
The fact that you think that you have the say over what another person thinks, wants, desires, hopes for, says you got problems.
I'm going to guess that the man was upset about the woman having these fantasies, but no, the other way around. Mm-hmm. Woo, baby.
Yeah.
Well, and then where does that come from? That comes from insecurity. You're so insecure that you can't.
Insecure. Yeah.
Like, I would think it'd be fun for me to hear what my boyfriend's fantasizing about. Because actually, then does that mean you can't role play?
Right. Yeah. No fantasy. And a lot of people think porn is cheating, and I wonder if they used to think the Playboy magazines or Penthouse was cheating, and I mean it's dancing. I mean there's so many rules that people make up, usually when they're an adolescent, and then they get to be an adult and they don't think about how is this going to impact this other adult that I'm with. I'm going to be chastising this other adult like a kid. they're not going to feel respected or loved or revered as a grown-up. They're going to feel like they're just another one of my kids. Those relationships don't stay happy.
Or you have parents that say, stay a virgin until you get married.
Right.
And that's a very big mistake.
Well, I had a conversation with my son-in-law years ago when my two older granddaughters were coming into their adolescence. And he was saying, my daughter's not going to blah, blah, blah. And I just looked at him and I said, you don't own her sex.
Oh,
get over it.
The kitty just agreed.
Yeah.
She said, damn straight you don't own her sex. By the way, I'm not
you don't own her genitals. You don't own her body. You don't own her decisions. You do not own her sexuality. So you better come to terms with the fact that she's a human being and she's a sexual human being, and she'll have sex when she's good and ready. Don't push her into it by making her feel like you don't respect her as a full-fledged human being now.
See, as a parent, I am the opposite. I'm like, push them to try all these different things, and then they rebel by not doing it. No, but especially when it comes to sex, you have to try it out ahead of time. You would never go buy a car without taking a road test. Come on, that's a dumb idea.
Right.
I mean, you could be completely incompatible in the bedroom, and that could fuck up your whole relationship.
Yeah. So Brian has something to say to you. He says, Karen, this is kind of funny. Debbie says I'm allowed to look at another woman once, but just one look.
Yeah.
The second look is flirting. That's kind of like the fantasy you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, my fantasies are always changing too, Brian.
Oh, and Douglas says, I dated a gal, thought if I masturbated, it was cheating. Oh, so many people think that.
Okay, first of all, let's get that off the table. If you guys are listening to this live or later on, masturbation is normal. It's important that you do it for both men and women. It is not cheating, and it's actually healthy. Especially, I mean, we just talked to a urologist the other day on the podcast, and he was talking about that it's healthy to ejaculate. So,
Yes.
Healthy.
It's healthy to know your pleasure. It's healthy to know how your pleasure is changing through your life, so you can teach your partner or partners, or so you can just enjoy this great body you've been given. It's your prerogative. I think everybody needs a healthy masturbation practice.
And if you don't have one, and you don't understand how your vehicle works, you're not going to be able to translate that for your partner. I never understood that. If you really want your partner to help please you, I say help please you because really you have to please yourself. But if you want them to participate in your pleasure, they need to know how to work your Porsche.
Yeah, or your Ferrari.
Or your Lamborghini, or your Tesla, or whatever you want. But
So Sherry Ann says, is there a name for a person who has a couple that they play with? If it's a woman, she's referred to as a unicorn.
And
if it's a man,
I think it's pineapple.
Pineapple? A guy?
No, I think the couple in the swinging lifestyle is considered pineapple.
Yeah, there's some pineapple concept to that. It's not terribly popular, but a little bit. But then a guy, I had somebody say that a guy's known as a unicorn.
That was funny because we were talking about again on the podcast about cock blocking or clip blocking. I call it clip blocking, and then they said it's clam spamming or something with clams.
Clan slamming.
I think it was clan slamming. I feel like I'm doing my Wordle.
So we have a question. What should we do if wife is cheating?
What should you do? What does that mean? You should talk about it with her and find out what happened. Maybe it's something that you guys can work on.
Yeah. I mean,
find out
most of the time, if somebody's cheating, there's just something that they're needing that maybe they're not getting in the relationship or in life in general. And if you create an open space where they can share that with you without being judged or shamed or threatened or given ultimatums and all that, then they'll open up, and then your intimacy will grow from their needing this experience.
Right.
Human beings need all kinds of things.
Well, I think it's also important to note that if someone is cheating, it doesn't always mean that they're the ones at fault. There could be reasons for this person going off to cheat. We need to find those out too.
I think it's always your responsibility if you're cheating. You have to be responsible for the fact that you cheated. But I think we also have to understand that if you haven't created an open, safe dialogue in your relationship, then that's the relationship that has failed both people, because you've set it up for that person to have to lie to you to get their personal needs met in life. And believe me, people do what they want to do when they want to do it. And if you don't create a safe place for them to reveal their truth to you, if you chastise, criticize, judge, shame,
they're going to do it behind your back.
What's that?
They'll do it behind your back.
They have to. You've given them no choice. So we teach people whether they can be honest with us or not honest with us.
Well, that's what I meant. That's what I meant when I said.
Yeah, I have a very good friend that just told me recently that when I first met this person and they revealed what was one thing that they did for a living, and I was like, oh, that's fascinating. Tell me more. I had no judgment, and that was like such an unusual experience.
Response.
That it was a bond, and they also felt like they could there's nothing they couldn't say or reveal to me, and that they had no fear of being truthful with me.
I think that
was like the highest praise.
I was going to say, I would say that that's very accurate when it comes to you. I think I feel comfortable telling you pretty much anything.
Ditto.
Well, I mean, you don't want to have anybody in your life that judges you.
Right.
You want to get support, and you want to be able to talk about stuff with someone.
Yeah. All right, let's see if this got some more.
We have, I don't know what your schedule's like, but we have like 4 more minutes if you want to stick to the
somebody said
schedule.
Beaver Dam.
Beaver Dam.
All right. So, Karen and I will be back next week. Karen, tell the audience how they can find you and where they can support your work.
You can find me through KarenLee, last name Potter, Potter, not Potter. KarenLee Potter anywhere on social media, especially TikTok. And then you can check out my podcast called Sex Talk with My Mom, and it's pretty much anywhere that you can watch or consume audio or video content. But we're pushing YouTube right now because we got clips there. We got TikTok. So yeah, we're about to hit 30,000 subscribers on TikTok.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And what about you, Nance?
Well, and you can find both Karen and I on Patreon.
I forgot to mention Patreon, which someone was not happy with recently.
So if Karen will disappoint you, but go to Patreon. If you like being disappointed, go to Patreon.
If you like being abused, go to KarenLee Potter.
I've been a little disappointing myself this last week or two. I've been a little busy. I've apologized.
But I do cameos. That's for sure.
Yeah. So, and today, speaking of cameo, today is my dear love in my life cameo. It's his birthday. So
happy birthday, cameo.
To one of my most special people in my life, cameo.
Oh, very sweet.
And I married him. In Juju. So
you married him.
I married them.
Oh, you were the priest?
I was. I don't know that priest would be the correct term, but I was the one that administered.
You were the officiant.
I was the officiant.
You officiated.
Yeah.
See you next Thursday, Richard. But where else can they find you besides Patreon? They can find you.
Dr. Nancy on Patreon, DrNancy, or Dr. Nancy Sutton Piers, or everywhere else. Go to my website. You can find out how to schedule sessions with me. I do Zoom counseling for people, and I have a broad spectrum of topics that I can cover. I've been in healthcare for 4 decades.
Trust me,
I've been a health educator.
if it's anything, she'll be there. If you want to know about yoga, she will help you. If you want to know about
yoga therapy,
nursing, diabetes, nutrition, diabetes,
sexuality, relationships, communication. Right now, I'm acting as a corporate culture consultant. I'm going in. I'm a fixer. Damn it, I'm fixing shit.
And she's good at calming dogs down. Notice there was not one bark from Buddy the whole time.
I do, and I've noticed that as I'm working in this new facility, when I'm present, there's no chaos. It's like I walk in and it just kind of goes, and everybody does their job, and it's quieter, and people do what they're supposed to do.
They don't want to mess with you. It's not because you're present. They just are scared of you. They're just scared of you.
I've tried not to make them afraid of me because I'm very loving, but I'm also very strong, right? So, I mean, I have no trouble being clear in my communication.
A question before we leave. How Blair you says you judge a younger guy if he's bisexual? Of course not. Do you?
I think how judgy are we about a guy who's bisexual? We're not.
There you go. How Blair you?
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, we give no shits. Anyway, it's been real, and I love you, and we should do this again sometime, like next Thursday.
Okay, let's do it.
Hopefully I won't be reported on TikTok again. Actually, we've been doing pretty good.
Dummies.
TikTok we've been doing all right on TikTok without getting suspended for, I would say, several months. So that was pretty good. We're on a good run. We had a good run there. Bye, Mrs. L.
I think it was the poop story. I think they don't like that.
Oh yeah.
So Sherry Ann says, intimidating Dr. Nan. I don't think I'm that intimidating, but maybe I put on a show. I don't know.
And Eddie said, I was very blessed to meet the love of my life while joking about my job. Being a janitor, this does not happen often. I'm thrilled that you were honest and open and you got the love of your life, Eddie. That's awesome.
That's I think the coolest thing about life is when you're doing what you love and you're around people that you feel good about, then people you meet in those circumstances are going to be a really good fit for you.
Right.
I think if you're faking it and you're trying to go where you really don't feel comfortable, you're trying to be something you're not,
it's
you're
like
going to be around people who are going to judge you.
Yep. It's the round peg in the square hole.
It's just the wrong hole.
It's a fucking wrong hole.
Go find the right hole, would you?
All right. Love you.
Well, thanks for peeling me down off the ceiling this evening, Karen. I love you so much.
I love you too.
You know me so well. So I'll just tell everybody real quick. So Karen called me like 20 minutes before the show and gave me a chance to vent all my frustration and say everything I needed to say about what's going on in our fucking country. And then I calmed down and we had a good time. I think we did pretty good.
I just said, how much time do you anticipate spending on this Roe v. Wade thing? And I had a feeling it was going to be 20 minutes or so before we got to it. But we got it all out. We got it out for today. It'll be something else tomorrow.
Everybody, please vote. Every vote counts. Vote. Know who you're voting for. And know how it's going to impact people that you love's life.
And get involved.
Yeah.
Like I was involved. I was making calls when it was the time for the presidency. I was making calls. I was trying my hardest. You guys can make calls. Just do something to help out. Go door to door.
Yeah.
Just talk to your friends. Just get people to protect our rights.
Oh, Megan says, I needed to vent. I vented all over Instagram because I read the entire draft. I read more of it, and I was just like, oh my God, this guy's basing his whole decision on somebody from 1600.
Yeah, Megan, I read that I saw that you were, you were reading the whole draft.
Oh, that's what was that, like 70 or 90 pages or some ridiculous amount? Oh, thank you and happy Mother's Day.
Oh, happy Mother's Day to you.
Yeah, you little mother.
You mother. It is. It literally. Someone said, "What's your favorite day of the year?" Is Mother's Day for me. We go to a winery. We drink some wine. We start dancing. There's a live band there. We eat some food. It's a good time had by all.
What time are we going?
Oh well, anytime you want. Well, I'm going with my kids, and we will be there. You just have. It's not that far north.
Well, sometime we got to get your kids and my kids together, maybe.
Well, that'll be fun.
All right.
All
I
right.
love you. Everybody
too.
have a great Mother's Day.
Happy Mommy's Day.
If you're not a mother, you know, obviously you're probably a mother in somebody somewhere. So
Well, that's what I was going to say. That is something I put on my Patreon page. Thank you, whoever got mad at me. I said that if you don't have a mother, you know someone who is a mother. It could be
Yeah.
a relative, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be anyone, but do something nice for that mother because they are always there for their children. I feel like I'm the mother to like 20 kids.
well, then you become a mother, then you become a grandmother, and now you're like more a mother. I think I never realized that being a grandmother made you more of a mother.
That's because you're a good nana.
A good nana, yeah. I have lots of love. Love. All right. See you soon.
Next Thursday. Oh, we got cut off.
Let's see if we can have a good week.
I'll try. All right.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye, everybody. I couldn't go too dark.
All right. Let's see. How do I? Bye, guys. Thanks for joining me.